The tea is hot. Hey cuties, PeachY here. Welcome back to a new video. And in this video, yes, we're going to talk about the latest developments within the doll wars of 2024. What is up with these new trademarks showing Shadow High and Junior High seemingly being canceled? But on the flip side, on Mattel's side, it seems that they are now officially perhaps rebooting Ever After High. Let's talk about it. If you're not familiar, Rainbow High is going through some major changes in 2024. Kind of like a soft reboot, rebrand kind of deal, going from the once gold standard of fashion dolls to now being degraded to just a slime pet gimmick doll that is more emphasized for, it's more like it's more targeted towards younger kids, like really like 4-year-olds basically. I will never forget the reveal at the end of season 4 where they revealed the slime pet coming out of a crystal and a crystal dropping out of a random school locker in the hallway, and them not explaining anything just because plot. That's just how it is now. That's just really how it is. The writers could not figure out a better way to introduce this whole rebrand. But anyways, when this all happened, we were all very much shocked, surprised, I guess in denial about if it was really actually happening. And some of us, were like, yay, I still love them. And, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. But like, I think most of us can agree in terms of adult collectors, it's not the same. It's gone. The magic, the spark that was once there for Rainbow High that really ignited a lot of us in a lot of us ignited that spark of doll collecting. That spark for Rainbow High, I think, is gone. It's not here anymore with this rebrand. I think they're still cute. The dolls are still fine. They still do their job as being a plaything. But really now they've went from being like a really collector-esque doll line. Now they're really just really just a play thing, slime, gimmick, pets, basically Barbie Extra. But even Barbie Extra couldn't last forever. Ooh, girl. Oh, R.I.P. Barbie Extra. What happened to them? But yeah, so it really sucks. I guess it was time. Rainbow High had to enter its reboot era, and here we are. Now, part of this change, obviously, we were all wondering what's going to happen to Junior High, what's going to happen to Shadow High, what's going to happen to all this diversity that has been built up over the years in Rainbow High with the different skin tones, different body type diversity. They were on a roll. Like, they were doing so well, and then reset, and now it's all gone. All the progress is gone. So we were all very shocked and scared. And I think Junior High, we got the Slumber Party dolls initially, and that's I guess that kind of calmed a lot of us down, being like, oh, Junior High is still here. Oh, thank God. Oh. But even there, the once included Jewel Richie was taken out last second, and in place of her, we got Bella, I think. I don't know. Someone replaced Miss Jewel Richie, and I want to know who it was, girl, because she deserved to have a spot in the Junior High lineup, because so far diversity is not looking great in this rebrand. But then with Shadow High, we were also wondering, like, what is happening? Is Shadow High does Shadow High even have a place in this rebrand, which is so kid friendly? I think a lot of us already know the answer. It's no. It's a big no from a lot of us. Just logical thinking, and even with the sales for Shadow High, it was never looking amazing. I think we should be lucky that we even got as many series as we did for Shadow High. But I think it really, Shadow High coming to a halt is a sad reality, but it's not a surprising reality. I think for a lot of us, Shadow High, I guess, kind of filled that gap, that hole of more of an edgy collector vibe, which I think a lot of us really want. And now with this rebrand, I think a lot of us need that more than ever. But now we have these trademark listings that seemingly show both Junior High and Shadow High to be canceled, I guess, or inactive, or just it's expired. I don't know. I don't know anything about this legal stuff, trademarks. Girl, I make videos, okay? But listen, I feel like there has to be an easy way to renew trademarks. I don't think it's a long process, and even then, I don't think that just because these trademarks showing it's dead, abandoned, I don't think just because of that MGA has lost the rights to the branding of Shadow High, Junior High. I don't think they lost that. I just think it just means that basically that maybe they just haven't renewed it, or maybe they haven't shown they haven't gone back to renew it. Maybe that's what's happening here. Because I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? At least for junior high, it doesn't make sense because we just got the slumber party junior high dolls. If junior high is canceled, there wouldn't be these dolls, right? I guess it depends, right? Because I mean, if these dolls were made at the time where junior high, the trademark was still alive, then yeah, that makes sense. And now they're just releasing it now. But if these dolls were made after the trademark had been abandoned, then that doesn't make sense, because obviously you needed a trademark to make sure that no one's gonna steal that name from the product, right? So that I feel like so dumb, but like I feel like that's the rough logistics of like trademarking. So it's yours, right? It's like no one can steal it away from you. So I think that doesn't make sense to me. So that's where I feel a disconnect. But I also feel like it doesn't make sense for junior high to keep going, right? Because I feel like with the rebranding Rainbow High, junior high is like what I feel like the slime is what they really want to push on kids. Junior high, I feel like they just really made another series to be like, yeah, it's like the last series you'll see, and maybe that's it. So I feel like we have to prepare ourselves for the harsh reality that perhaps junior high, these slumber party dolls might be the last ones we'll get for a while, or maybe no, maybe we'll get more. Girl, again, who knows? Maybe this trademarking thing, it'll be renewed by the time it's like next month. Maybe MJ is still looking at like how the sales will go, and then maybe they will determine what the future will be for junior high. Now for Shadow High, this makes more sense because it's been a while since we've had Shadow High release. Series 3 was like last October, autumn, fall, right? That period of time. And then before that, we had the Luna and Sunny 2-pack. Nothing else has come out for Shadow High. So I think the trademark being that the Shadow High being canceled, trademark wise, I think that makes more sense because we haven't seen anything new for a while now. And with this rebrand, I find it hard to believe that they would just release a new Shadow High doll when they're really trying to, it's like they're trying to, show Rainbow High in a new light of being new kid friendly and like it's all bright colors. And then so it wouldn't make sense for them to introduce Shadow High and be like, yeah, Shadow High's still here. They're just less edgy. Like what? No. And now they have black slime and black pets. Like what? I don't know. So let's see. I don't think Shadow High is gone forever. I just think this means that the trademark is gone, at least for now, and it's gonna be inactive. And maybe one day when MJ is looking through the vault, then maybe they'll bring back Shadow High and give us adult collectors again something to feast on. I'm not sure what's gonna happen again. I feel like this is all up in the air, and I feel like we also should just I feel like the best way to support what we love is by buying the products. So for instance, with the rebrand dolls, if you don't like them, don't get them. With Shadow High, if you want MJ to keep making Shadow High dolls, get Shadow High Series 3. Show your support through purchase. Because I mean, companies, the only way to listen is through money, through buying the products, seeing the movies in the cinemas, etc. Like that's how you get their attention. It's by showing up and buying purchasing these things, right? So consumerism, that's the ABCs of consumerism, basically. So if you want Shadow High to have a future one day, buy Shadow High dolls right now in store. Go right now. They might not be around for much longer. Who knows? So yeah, I think that's the best way for us to show MJ that we love Shadow High and we want them to keep making them, and Junior High as well if you're a fan. Pacific Coast High, I think, they had their time. I think they're gone forever for good. I'm not really sad to see them go, but they had their time. They're done. So I think as far as Shadow High and its future goes, I think for now it's benched. I think for now it's put on hold, especially with this rebrand. I think MJ wants to see how that will do first, and then Junior High, maybe how the sales will go. If they don't do well, they won't renew Junior High as well, and then it will be just really focused on more the normal size Rainbow High dolls with the slime gimmick and like more play features to play with, for little kids to interact with, more play sets, more little accessories, perhaps more fashion packs. I think they will really, I think we've seen only like the tip of the iceberg so far for what's to come next for Rainbow High. So I think we should be prepared. We should be prepared to for the worst, because it might get worse, girl. I mean, yeah, if these trademark listings show us anything about what's to come, is that we know nothing. We really know nothing yet. So let's see. And obviously, Storywood Fairy Tales is also going to happen. Hopefully, that will fill in the gap for more collector-esque looking dolls, right? Hopefully that will look more in line to what we expect of Rainbow High's quality and fashion standards. And I feel like it's no surprise here that obviously Storywood Fairy Tales is also going to compete with Ever After High, because yes, it seems that Ever After High is also going to be coming back with the trademark for that brand seemingly being revived. So, celebration, hold your horses. I think it's too soon to really say for sure if Ever After High is really back. I don't know. It's just a trademark that, I think Mattel obviously just wants to have that trademark for sure, so it's safe. They don't have to worry about that stuff. But I also think, obviously, with the new song, that Ever After High will, maybe it will pop up this year, I think, with My Scene returning, with this, and obviously this feud between Mattel and MGA, Barbie versus Bratz. I feel like this is going to take over this year. With Barbie, My Scene coming back, collector dolls, we're getting these new Barbie Dream Teens, Barbie Dream Besties, whatever. They're going to compete with Always Bratz. And then now, ironically enough, Storywood Fairy Tales is going to compete with Ever After High. Isn't that just insane? Girl, I'm calling it right now. Storywood versus Fairy Tale versus Ever After High. It's going to happen. And My Scene versus Always Bratz. It's happening right now. And we're just going off of leaks. So, we'll just have to wait and see. This is going to be such a tea-filled year, girl. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen with this feud. The doll wars begin in 2024. Girl, let's go. I'm so ready. It's so funny. I'm let down with like the rebrand of Rainbow High, but at the same time, with all of this tea happening, all of this, like you can really feel like the tensions rising between Mattel and MGA. Like it's been a while, it's like it's been a while since that's happened. So I'm here for the tea. I live for the tea. You know me. So I'm just so excited to see like how this will all come together this year. Like what's gonna happen, what's gonna come out. I'm ready, girl. I am ready. Let's see what happens. Let's see these dolls. Let's see who wins. Let's see what comes out on top. I am very curious to see, because we know how it's gonna. We already know My Scene versus Bratz. That's not new. It is gonna be very fun to see how that will evolve and how that will play out, how the feud will play out and who will win. But we know we that's happened in the past. That's not new. But with Storywood Fairy Tales and Ever After High, these are both things that we know nothing so far of. For Ever After High, we know the brand before, what it used to be like in a reboot and stuff. But now with this revival, what would it look like? We don't know anything about how it could look like, what story it would take place in, like what the characters would look like, and would they bring back the old characters? I assume so, but again, with times like these where Rainbow High could change drastically, who's to say Ever After High could also not change drastically like this with a new gimmick and slime. No, I don't think slime, but new characters perhaps. I don't know. I mean, the new song definitely sounded very different and AI too. Like AI and the picture too. So that's so suspicious and weird. But like, they released it. So what? I don't know. So I'm very curious, very concerned, I guess. Like, how is that going to work? How is Ever After High going to actually take like form in this new return this year? Because I feel like it's gonna come back. I feel like the new song, this trademark thing, it has to mean something. And then with Storywood Fairy Tales, we also don't know anything about them so far. We only know the name, the trademark, and that's it. We don't know anything else. So I'm very curious to see, like, one, how they will both look like in the end, and two, how they will size up against each other, like which will look better, which will, have the better designs, and like, it's just like, I have so many questions and I'm so excited, but like, I'm also scared because like Rainbow High, look at it now. It's like, why? The slime, like why? So I hope that these girl, overall, like, I can't wait to see how this all plays out, and I'm here for the tea, girl. I will cover it, you know I will. Oh, really quick, just huge shout out to @fantasticgirls on Instagram for letting me know about this trademark stuff, and also just having a nice conversation with me about this whole thing, and just giving me some really good information and advice. So thanks to them once again for sharing these pictures first, and again letting me know first. But who are you rooting for, and what do you think of the situation? Let me know down below. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider becoming a member today to support the channel if you're able to, and of course so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.